Hey guys, welcome back. It's grimreaper coming at you from the video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully doing well and hopefully looking after yourselves. I've been promising this video for a while, so I wanted to do this video today, and it's a cracker of a strategy for farming arena. And I think we're sleeping on these champions. It's time to take them out of vault. Well, hopefully you had a great weekend and hopefully you're enjoying the best game mode in right now in Raidshadowlegends with clan versus clan going live, which is all everyone's favorite. Get your credit cards out and start tapping away. Anyway, let's get into today's video. The fusion is nearly at the end, which is good. Means hopefully a bit of a rest. We got some juicy stuff going on in Raidshadowlegends. We're on Ram's account today. I don't know if he got the message. He didn't, but we had a funny message pop up on my account about the Raven to do with Logi and stuff like that. There's plenty of videos on this. I'm not going to be covering this topic. Maybe in the future we will, but at the moment this is not the type of content that I want to be producing on the channel. I want to be doing more educational and more strategies and stuff like that, not content that is everyone's talking about. So we're going to be looking at Lord today, Lord, and generally bombs in general. We're going to be looking at this in Classic Arena and Live Arena. I think this is a fantastic champion who a lot of people actually do sleep on. Let me just go ahead and turn on the air conditioner so I don't sweat in the middle of this video. And it's all about these mechanics, bombs, and how they work, and the perfect way to build them and use them in Classic and Live Arena. Now, we'll be dropping a couple of Live Arena battles in here as well to make this video even more juicy for you guys so you can use this everywhere. So at the moment, Lord fits this meta very well with a speed lead in all battles, which is the second highest in the game of 32 speed in Aura. Only one person who is also Demon Spawn, who's a mythical, has 33, and that is Carnage. So it attacks all enemies and has places placing bombs for 2-turn detonation. After 2 turns, decreases the cooldown by 1 if this attack is critical. So if it's a critical, it means you want to be building 100%. Does make them a bit more tricky to build. I'm going to show you another way how to also detonate the bombs by using 2 bomb champions. So ideally we're using bomb champions that's on 1 turn cooldown and can detonate themselves. That is going to be very useful, and that's something you should be doing. This obviously can weak it, which will also put his bombs on a duration for 2 turns as well. He has his own increased attack and block buffs, and he gets extra turn, which is juicy as well, just in case of bandit as well. But we'll be looking at a couple of champions who can come in and do a job as well there. And then the second bomb champion we will be looking at today will be actually a formal fusion. A lot of people might have seen him on my channel a few times, and that's the Vermin Lord, the Rat King. The reason is because he also has the bombs, and he deals pretty much one of the highest bomb damages in this game. Now, all bombs are based on attack, other than the mythical, which is also Demon Spawn, who's HP based. He can work in his strategy, by the way, because he can detonate his own bombs and also brings in some CC and stuff like that. I don't have him available on any of the accounts, so I can't bring him into strategy, but it's something that you can bear in mind. Now, Verbalorf also does bring his own detonation with the extra turn, and also brings poisons as well. So we have gone for a blessing, which you'll see shortly as well. So this guy can really do it all, right? He is pretty much the best bomb champion in this game, and I think other than Ashlif, who is a bit of different strategy, I will bring out a strategy video on Ashlif because it's built completely different on a different week, maybe later on this week or next week, depending on how we get some feedback. Now, there is a couple of other bombs champions we can use these because you'd ideally want to be using 2 bombs champions. One of them is actually, sorry, not in this faction. He is a Night Rev champion who was also in a form fusion. Elegias is a fantastic option for this, mainly for Classic Arena. If you can cover the speed leads, etc. Now he is in here somewhere. He's Magic Affinity, and yeah, there he is. So it took me a while to find him. He can't detonate his own bombs. This is his own problem. He has to put the bombs on for 2 turns and they sleep for 1. He can detonate a single one here, but it's not as good, or you can get him killed. Most people know not to kill him, so he doesn't set his own bombs off. But if you build him before Verbalov, for example, then Verbalov can just set off all the bombs off all at once, and that generally works as well. You can also speed tune him into your arbiter and use the ink sleep as well as like a CC buff against some speed teams. Just got to be careful against Stone Skin. So we're going to show you a better version of this strategy. Then there's other champions like War Mother, who I think is Skinwalker. Please forgive me if I get these wrong. I don't really tend to use War Mother, but she does have a detonation of her own, which I think she's actually this one. So she attacks all enemies, instantly detonates all bombs. If this champion is under a increased attack, which if we bring Arbiter, she will be, so it's pretty fine. And yeah, she doesn't put bombs on this one though, which is a bit annoying, but she can bring like a detonation. So that's one thing you can also think about as well, to pair her up with someone else. And then there's a couple of, I think there might be 1 or 2 more who can do their job as well. So let's go into the classic arena. Let me showcase this to you guys so you can see what I am talking about. Now, obviously, we'll have to be careful against high resistance champions. That's why in classic arena, we're going to use Arbiter with increased speed and increased attack and speed aura when we need it. We're actually going to use increase accuracy here as well, because as you can see, there's a resistance aura, and these bombs do require accuracy. She also brings accuracy up, and she shouldn't really cut in here because we are speed tuned. And then we're going to get Lord to go before Verbalov, so Verbalov sets off all the bombs. Now everyone's good affinity for Lord, so we should be able to land them anyway with a critical hit. And as long as Sifi doesn't get them blocked with buffs up, you should be generally quite fine. So obviously you're going to flip forms, you're going to do increase accuracy. You can see there we actually landed a weaken as well, which is pretty juicy. I'm just going to put up a block buff so Sifi doesn't try and sleep me. And then as long as we don't get sheeped, we should be okay. Sifi did cut in there, which was a bit annoying. And then if we don't actually land the bombs on them, that's perfectly fine. We don't need the bombs. We kill her anyway because Ganache actually can do some good damage. You can actually build them 2 ways. I'll just focus on speed, accuracy, and attack. But you can also build critical rate, critical damage into him as well. He's fantastic like that as well. And then you can see here, as long as we are faster. Now we do have a speed aura here, so we're going to have to flip round to make sure that we go first before this Lysandra. So we're going to do increase attack, flip forms again with the increased accuracy. Now, if you don't need accuracy for any reason, if you're sure that you can lock them out, or if you feel like it's not safe, then you can actually just do the stunt instead and then CC them so you can take them out. Now, if this is in Stone Skin, bombs still do land. You do see there we get a little bit lucky with the Retribution proc, and you'll probably see some annoyingness coming in. Now, she could have cleansed that off. Mephala is a counter to this. If we don't land bombs on Mephala, because we got provoked, we couldn't kill UDK. So Mephala can counter this. There is quite a lot of counters that you need to be aware of. You'll learn this in due time once you get a bit of practicing. So I think this is a fantastic strategy, though. I do indeed. I'm not going to take that on because I feel like we're slower. Ram is only about 350, so I don't feel like he is the fastest. Unkillable can be a problem as well if you're not careful. So that's one thing you can be taken into consideration. What else is a counter? Speed teams. So go second teams are not really a problem. Now Sigfrid can be a bit of an issue because of his passive ability, which doesn't normally proc with bombs. The problem is Ganesh Gishak can actually, or what's the word I'm looking for? He can land the block. He will do the set off the block damage. So we do get resisted on Sigfrid, which is fantastic. This is what you really want to see. A monkey can also be a bit of a problem as well. So we're going in quite brave against a team that Doesn't really tend to work. But we'll still try it anyway. Obviously, that's what we're here to do, is try these new things and to make it work. Now, I was kind of hoping to land the bombs, but actually might be an advantage for him landing on us because we've got lethal dose on us. So we do take a bit of lethal dose as well. I'm going to sleep Monkey if we can. We get weak hit, and then we take Siggy out there. And then Monkey can do his E2, so that's something we need to be careful of. And we actually deal with it like a champ. So it's one of the reasons why we are running lethal dose is now torment is a problem if you have a fast CFE. Like on my account, I have a fast CFE, so I could take torment on perfectly fine, actually, to be honest. So okay, cool. We're having killable here, which is something we need to be careful of. And then we've got some bombs, and then we've got a resistance aura. We know that we're going to go first before the resistance aura, so we can just put in the accuracy auras instead to increase our accuracy. Now, bolster can be a bit of an issue, but again, Lady M just brings you that extra utility with the increased accuracy and the weaken. Now, weaken and increase attack are the only ways you can increase the damage of bombs. Now we have 2 or 3, yeah, so we have 1 weak affinity here, which is the Rhodas. We do get crit on them all. And you can see here, he was about to take a turn. But we got like 5 bombs here, sorry, 4 bombs here with the weaken. You've got 2 bombs here with another one there. So the 2 bombs will proc here, and then 2 bombs will proc there as well. And there we go. That's what you want to see. Victories. We've got another one here with Mephala and Lydia. Now, if Mephala's in Stone Skin, it's actually better for you because most likely she's got lower stats, especially in Gold 5, maybe not in live or anything like that, depending when you are. Now, I wouldn't use the strategy if you're in Gold 5, Gold 4 live arenas and the places. This is the reason why we're not actually doing it on my account, because I feel like it's more of a strategy further down. The main reason is that it's because it's actually just sheep. There's just so much sheep, 5-star sheep, that it doesn't make sense to really kind of do it. So if you do have Ganishak and Lord, this is a fantastic strategy overall, and you can see like how impactful it is. I'm going to take on a few more fights, and then we're going to go into live arena. We do need to wait a little bit for live arena to open, and then we're going to go into all the gear and stuff like that. So we increase accuracy again. We did come in with accuracy aura. Now accuracy aura takes us to Ganeshak's got 500. He's got 470. With the increased accuracy as well, it's generally a lot of stats. In all fairness, even if a Duchess has 800, it's going to be really hard to kind of resist them stats overall. And you can see that even if that's a high resist Duchess, this is working. Right, you take 2 different affinity nukers. So if one weak hits, you still got the other 2 to rely on. And yeah, like, you don't need to worry too much. Now, you do need to be careful against Marishka, because Marishka is someone that who can put block damage when you put poisons or bombs out. You can try and strip maybe with Lady M's A2. If you make them slower, you'd have to change the speeds, but I think changing the speeds with a strategy that's just meant to be a bit of fun and help you guys have some fast fights. And obviously, if you're picking the right ones, this is going to be fantastic for his for Ram's 3 as well, in all fairness as well. So we're coming back in. I'm just going to use this speed aura here because it's actually the higher one, which makes us a bit option to go faster. You do need to be speed tuned, so I'll show you the speed tuned with the beer, the speed tunes with the gear and stuff like that, so you can kind of see what I'm looking for. He has a Ganesha here. I actually did a takeover the last week or week after where I actually bring in Gishak as well. So Arb is going to come in with that. It's really annoying to see the Swift Harry kick in. Swift Harry, you just can't see Swift Harry, unfortunately. But we can stun him, Lady M, which is another reason why to use her. And then we can come in and just mop up. Things didn't go to plan there, but we still made this work. You can see here that Lord is coming in with 146, and Ganeshak coming in with around about the same as well. So let's go take a look at the speed tune of this team, and we can show you the speed tune here. So you can come onto Jedward calculator here, and you can do all your speed tune here. So as you can see, you put your fastest aura in with Arbiter, which actually, to be honest, this is wrong. It should be Lord, because Lord has a higher one, but we're not always going to be using Lord. So I went with Arbiter because we might choose a different champion, like I don't know, another Nuka or something like that, and then maybe take him as a option to ban. So my Ganeshak, for example, was like 300. My Lord is like 310, and I did make him faster than Ganeshak, so just swap them around. But you can see here the speed tunes here. So you got up to speed, which comes in here as the fastest champion with 381. Lissandra coming in with 262. Now I would add them up. I always add like 5 speed or more if you can, and our speed is over the top. So and we can come in with this, and then we're going to come in the speeds and etc as well. So let's go into live arena, then we'll pop back with all of the gear and stuff like that. You can see if the speed tune and bits and bobs there. Okay, so they're going to get the first pick and see what we can do. Hopefully it doesn't go Arbiter. When he's ready, he goes Arbiter. Brilliant. That is not good news for us, because that allows him to go speed as well, and now it is a speed race for us. So we'll see what we can do, and hopefully not be a problem, but he just took a fastest champion. Takes Marishka. So Marishka is bad news from us with this type of strategy. She's really hard to land bombs on. So we're going to try it anyway. We're going to take Lydia. I'll take her. I think actually we can play this to our advantage, if I'm honest. We can possibly, we can ban Arbiter, and we got increased accuracy because it's probably going to ban Lord, right? So it'll probably ban Armads, which would make the most sense to do. Not the most perfect way to do this, but it should be pretty nice. So we got a better speed aura as well. Potentially, actually, we could have maybe took that accuracy aura. Might have been a bit risky. So we're going to do this one, and then we'll drop the turn meter back. Drop it back on everyone, set from... so we got increased attack. This is why we need to bring... this is why we need to bring enough. We just got 3% on one of the bombs there. And then Retribution kicks in. And night. There we go. Bombs away. Oh, it's something in my eye there. Let's see if we can get a second fight in this. Okay, so we're going into fight number 2. Bans my Rat King, which is a bit annoying. Okay, because he's going to try and do strong affinity here. It's fine. He's actually letting Armads here, so He's going to try and be faster than me here, which he's not. Okay, that's fine. We're then going to flip forms, do the increase accuracy. Again, not perfect. He actually took in Arbiter, so we couldn't take Arbiter, so I replaced her with Lord. She just needs to stay stunned, and that's perfectly fine. And you can see here, because we're 100% critical rate, we crit everyone except for her. She will die anyway, that's perfectly fine. And then everyone else is pretty much dead. So we just need to keep her busy. And then everyone else where he leaves the fight, because we're just about to do the fight there. Let's go into number 3. Okay, let's see if we can do it in this one. We got 2 weak affinities to kind of worry about in this one. Okay, let's see what we can do. So we've got Monkey as well, which can be a bit of an issue. He's got a couple of champions to be a bit wary of. Should be fine as long as we get the... As long as we crit and we can land the bombs. We land 1 on Hefrak. Oh, this could be a bit dangerous. We land 1 on Armads. There goes 1. So we actually lose our revive. It's not good. Don't want to strip. Sorry, stun. So you can see here the monkey, he does come back. That's why he's a bit of an issue. I'm just going to try to do the ally attack here. There we are. Cool. It didn't go to plan, but it works. He banded the Rat King here, and he had Armad's pick, so it was a bit harder to do it, but we can pull it off. You can see here if the band's 1 bomb champion, you're generally still quite fine. And overall, so yeah, is a strategy you can use for live arena? It's one strategy you could use for live arena, mainly for like go second teams. It's perfect. And if you've got a few strategies in your arsenal for live arena, this is definitely one of them I would recommend to build. Let's go on to the builds then, and we'll take a look at everything else in there, and you can see what's going on, etc. So I want to show you all the gear. This is Lady M's build. Nothing special. She's built for Hydra. Not really needed to do much. We just wanted her in there for some extra debuffs, etc. I'd probably go Sheep for Polymorph. You could also go in with what's it called? Intism Presence. Now you can drop Lady M if you want. You can use like a Warlord, Yumiko for lockouts. You could use a Kaimar for a reset if you wanted, and to try and sleep because the team is tuned. What else could you use? You could also use Armads as well to do the AoE stuns. Just be careful with Sheep because you don't really want to strip Stone Skin if you can, because you want the extra damage against the Stone Skin. So you can see here we've speed tuned everything. She's 312, so she fit into the comp very naturally. I think she's the same stats in the second form, if I'm honest. Yeah. So we don't need to worry about that too much. Just generally accuracy and then speed and then accuracy sets. If you can get in Stone Skin at these stats, that'd be more of a luxury build. And then for arena, we're gonna come in with the stuff. So we've got ARB here coming in with 349. You want to make ARB fast as possible, or if you're trying to use CFE, you can also use CFE. The problem with CFE, she doesn't bring increased attack, so you need to be careful there. But if you have Lord, he brings only increased attack, and I suppose maybe you take chances. If you land in 4 bombs, you'd be perfectly fine. But personally, I'd say use a fast arbiter for that increased attack. Then we have Stone, who we're bringing in for live arena. We can see that she's got good speed. She speed tunes. So she's not actually in a calculator. It's not been updated. I wish it would get updated, but it's not updated. But we are bringing her in. Now, she has a weaken. She has increased attack and increased speed. And she also has speed or in all battles. There is other options that you can use for her as well. Lady Kimmy is a great option because you would have 2 speed ores if you have Lord. You can also use what's her name? Lysandra as well. You could possibly use. Now Lysandra just drops turn meter on them and then brings your own turn meter. She doesn't bring you any other utility. Just use Lysandra if you got a lass. I'd rather see Lady Kimmy because Kimmy has increased speed and increased accuracy. And Ensured also has a small chance of removing debuff. So again, just be careful against Stone Skin. But if you land the bombs, increased accuracy is super key. She's also like a Hydra build as well. And she's mainly built just for live arena. He won't be using her in classic anytime soon. So yeah, this is the stuff. So if they ban Arbiter, we still have another champion with increased speed. And you could also cruelty. You'd only need to bring 1, maybe 2 of you just need to bring 2 of these, and it only works once. It doesn't stack. But if you bring 2, if they banned 1, you still have the other. That just kind of makes sense to me to do. Otherwise you could be at a disadvantage if they have 1, and even if you're faster, it'll make you slower. And then we're going to go in with Gear Shack, and we'll show you the bomb champions. Now for masteries, there's not really much here that you need to take just generally in masteries for the bombs. So we're going to go Eagle Eye and extra accuracy here, and then we can come in with attack here. To be honest, none of this really does much. If I'm honest, doesn't increase bomb champion or anything like that. You can take a bit more damage if you build critical damage, but he doesn't need critical rate. Not if you just want it for the bombs, but he has got good multipliers. So he's got 268 speed, we got just under 7,000 attack, and we got 500 accuracy. So he's speed tuned. Again, mine are like 3. This guy was like 320 on mine because I'm not faster than Ram, so I have no choice. Be coming in actually with tat boots, which is pretty nice. Tat chest, tat gloves, attack amulet as well, which will be key. Again, unless you want to build in for high damage. Now for blessings, I actually went with lethal dose to increase the damage of the poisons that are landing as well with its passive ability. That just kind of really works. You can take Soul Reaper. Soul Reaper is like a really good option for bomb champions. And I'd say actually Soul Reaper is probably one of the strongest ones because I don't think like Harvest and stuff where it really works. And again, we've got Lord here. Same kind of masteries. Now we did go the critical rate buff because he needs 100% critical rate to land the detonations of the bombs, and then we just went with lasting gifts because I didn't really see anything else here that really made sense for me to take. They go cycle of magic on both to kind of bring them down. Now as you can see, he's actually faster than Gishak. Now he only has 5,000 attack. If we get the blessing to level 2, which is probably important. The most important ones would be the level 2, the level 5, and 6 for bomb champions when we're coming in. So again, we just focus on attack, speed. Obviously, we want in faster because we want Ganeshak to really just blow up the bombs. And then we have accuracy. We do want a bit more accuracy to 500. I think 500 safe. And again, critical rate to 100. Now, if you're also bringing, if you're just using this in classic, you could just come in with just him and another bomb champion and or him and Ganeshak. If you build Ganeshak after him, you probably don't need to build 100% critical rate. If you're going to use him in live arena and this strategy in live arena, I would say build this because if they banned Ganeshak and then you have a cleanser in there like King and Queen, for example, they'll be able to cleanse the bombs off, which is then going to put you in a lot of trouble overall as well. So there we are. There is my bomb strategy. I've been promising this to all my Twitch viewers, and I know they've really been dying for this video. It's done. We'll probably do like a part 2 with like Ashlift, which is built completely different. It's been around before. I've actually have a video somewhere on YouTube, but it's not up to date, and I do need to update that with a couple of champions and with mythicals, etc. coming in. That is more of a platinum push strategy, which we'll bring to you in the next couple of weeks. So bear in mind on the channel, we'll probably see a plat push on my account at some point, me using this strategy to give you all the update information. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. It's gone on to a bit long for this one, but again, I think it'll be worth it. And I appreciate you guys watching to the end. I've been Grim Reaper. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.